Hello everyone and welcome to your show Around Kuwait. This is your host Abdulaziz Darwish. As usual in our show, we are showcasing to you about too many different things happening in our lovely country, state of Kuwait. We share with you about the events, occasions, multiple things. And sometimes we have a distinguished guest who's gonna join us today in our show Around Kuwait. And before we start, I would like to greet our walking crew and my co-host Hiba. Good morning Hiba, and good evening Hiba, and all the time, welcome to our show again.
Good day, Aziz, and a great welcome to all of our viewers who are watching us today, especially when it comes into a new episode around Kuwait. As you know, we prepared for you, of course, lots of different topics that we're going to discuss, lots of headlines that we're going to discuss, of course, when it comes into all of the updates that's happening here in Kuwait.
And also today we'll talk about different topics.
Yes.
We'll talk about certain topics, something about history and museums.
Yes.
You know, because we have too many good collectors and they have their own certain museums.
Indeed.
And also we'll talk about now, because in the good weather, you will see too many outdoor like exhibition and even like activities also in Kuwait.
Yes, indeed. So when it comes into that, we're going to discuss our first headline, talking about a museum here in Kuwait, which is Tariq Rajab Museum, one of the great museums that we actually have, that you could actually explore and know more about historical things.
And also in addition, we'll talk about something about donation, you know, because we'll talk about the books. You know, we can say all the time, book is a very good friend. And
Yes.
all the time. It
Yes,
will listen
indeed.
to you in any occasion, in any time. And certain things, book always available.
Yes, indeed. And one of the things, of course, that we're going to discuss, since you mentioned the weather and the outdoors activities, we're going to talk more about Bookshop Market and the recoming of it, because, you know, in the end, the weather is getting really beautiful, and I'm very sure that everyone is going to enjoy exploring Bookshop Market.
And today we're gonna talk, first of all, we'll talk about one of the important things happening. We'll talk about like our studio,
Yes.
something about the antiques.
Yes.
So we'll talk about now Tariq Rajab Museum. One of the like certain location, I know too many people talk about it, is like a person, he like to collect the antiques.
Yes.
He's interested to history, something about locally and even universally. So his home full with treasures.
Yes, indeed. And especially when we're talking about Tariq Rajab Museum, we know that he owns two museums. One is associated with more of, let's say, calligraphy, art, something that's all religious and related to Islamic art itself. And also the other side, the other home is actually for costumes, tradition, let's say, outwearing. And also when it comes into traditional antiques that's actually provided in that particular museum itself.
So these about our certain topics, and already spoke a little bit about our first report.
Yes.
We'll talk about Tariq Rajab Museum. I know our viewers are eager to know more about it. So dear viewers, go to this tiny break to know more about our first topic. Then we'll continue your show Around Kuwait.
Tariq Rajab Museum, founded in 1980 and nestled in Kuwait's Jabriya area, stands as a remarkable testament to the Islamic world's rich history and culture. At its heart lies a priceless 11th century Quran. Distinguished by its intricate Kufic calligraphy, it is truly a unique manuscript. Additionally, the museum proudly displays an exquisite 11th century gold bracelet from the illustrious Fatimid era and a one-of-a-kind Seljuk incense burner, believed to have origins in Syria or Egypt. Delving into this museum is like embarking on a journey through time. Among its many treasures are historical swords, daggers, and an intricately decorated 19th century wooden chair, offering insights into the region's craftsmanship and artistry. The walls of the museum are adorned with beautiful Arabic calligraphy, showcasing the captivating art of writing. Visitors will also find a diverse array of historical musical instruments, traditional Arabian clothing with vibrant designs, and shields from various historical periods, providing a comprehensive window into the rich tapestry of Islamic heritage. Tariq Rajab Museum is a must-visit destination for those eager to explore the captivating history of Islamic civilization.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Of course, as you just saw through the report itself, we're talking about Tariq Rajab Museum. Just to highlight a little bit for the audience, that Tariq Rajab Museum is located in the Jabriya area, but let's say it's more of a two-location place in the same area itself. One's in the first block and the second is in the end of the block. It's one of the most amazing places that you actually could go with your family, friends, especially if you have people not from Kuwait and you want them to explore that. Saying that, Abdulaziz, because we know that it's not only about Kuwait, but it's really associated with Islamic history itself. So this is one of the most beautiful places where you could actually provide everyone when it comes and educate everyone when it comes into Islamic history.
You saw my smile already after we saw this interesting report. I would like to thank also the working group from around Kuwait. They are always like shedding the light more about something, what's happening in the state of Kuwait. We'll talk about the museum. It's a journey of the time. Like every piece, every location, every corner have like an history of itself. Like I saw in the beginning, you see like dresses, you will see daggers, knives, simple tiny tools. But this like it talks about time. Like if you like hold any small tiny stone, it talks about time itself. The good thing about the museum, I noticed already since 1980 until today, like more than like 40 years we can say, still it have too many new antiques, new collections all the time. Even like you see, there is little bit monuments, like it shows about our Arabian Peninsula time, time. And even we see like albums, see like this is one kind of the location we call it in the, one of the like the domes, small domes. It's a good thing like you've been already showed to the viewers about the museum itself. But we'll talk about our rich history, Arabian history, and the Ottoman Empire and a long time ago, like 500 years ago, maybe 1,400 years until today, you'll see our Arabian Peninsula rich history. Too many things happened in that time. And a good thing that we are proud that Tariq Rajab Museum, it's one of the destinations, like if you want to seek for something about art and history and culture, this is the place you have to go.
Yes, indeed. And you know, one of the most interesting thing about the museum itself, like I visited the museum, it was really amazing. Talking about the Holy Quran itself, like you could actually see how it actually developed through time itself. You know, when it comes into handwriting, we used to have this kind of handwriting, I think it's the Kufi handwriting, that some of it didn't have any kind of, let's say, dots, you know? Like when you read the Holy Quran, it's already presented over there, written, but without any dots. Therefore, it was very difficult at that time in order for you to read some, let's say, ayat or let's say phrases from the Quran.
And also calligraphy.
Yes. So it was missing some kind of dots, and then it actually developed when you could see the process when it comes into handwriting itself and Arabic language itself, how it actually developed the dots, and you start reading the Holy Quran really easily. So having that said, it's very beautiful to be there to see such amazing development when it comes into language itself and something associated with our religion, you know, because that is more of an evidence about time, history, culture, and how it actually stands from that time until, like how it actually preserved from that time until nowadays. It's very remarkable.
Remarkable and excellent. I cannot describe any word when I've been there. I saw the report, I already amazed. Next time we have to go together. When we have to visit to see the place. But the thing is, I noticed about the clothes. The Arabian Peninsula at that time until today have rich history, even with the clothes. You will see, now I see that the new dress codes, the new dresses, it seemed like the old times. Same, like because we change the decorations, we change the colors during the seasons, because we live in the big white desert. So you will see like we call it the summer colors and the winter colors, and even the soldiers when that time we call it, because it's an army time. Too many historical war things happening during the Arabian Peninsula. You will see the Ottoman Empire's clothes and even about the Arabs' clothes. So it's like rich history, but that time it was necessity to wear this kind of clothes because depend about the weather, about the location itself, because the climate that time was different than now, the culture that time similar that now, but different criteria.
Yes, indeed.
You noticed that, right?
Yes, indeed. Especially if we're talking about women, like how they actually see things, because when you go to the museum itself, you would see that it's rich with all of these jewelries, these kind of prints that wasn't, let's say, people wouldn't think that these kind of, let's say, jewelries are actually provided at that time, you know, when you're wearing necklace, when you're wearing bracelets and different kind of, let's say, accessories and jewelries at the time. And you would see actually how not only when talking about Arabian region itself, but talking about different kind of cultures that is actually preserved and presented at that time, and how it's actually associated within the area itself, how it actually developed, how it actually, let's say, presented itself through its time. Like, talking about that, talking about this kind of discussion, it shows like how people were sophisticated at that time, you know, the way they wear the clothes, the way they wear, even when it comes into, you know, some soldiers when they were
armies,
yes,
iron.
yes, the iron, and how it actually developed, like some kind of material that were really heavy, and then you could see how it actually changed towards, let's say, being more light, being more easy for a person to actually wear and use in a fight. So yeah, so many things that is associated in that genre at that time, you could see it developed, whether it's from female perspective or from a male perspective. Like, it is something very amazing to see that up to now.
And in addition, also, we'll talk about, we spoke about the iron. There is some pieces from the 18th, 19th, and even 20th century.
Yes.
So the good thing, when that family would like, on behalf of our show, would like to greet them as well. They are eager to go into the history of Arabian Peninsula and Middle Eastern history, because they show us like the beauty and about our culture of big treasure.
Yes.
That's why we are saving it until today, because people coming to see the culture and the art and the history of any country and the civilizations.
Yes.
And we spoke about the iron. What about the classy wooden style?
Yes.
The wood monuments, the chairs and the tables, because that time, you know, simple tiny things, it's become something important to them.
Yes.
So I saw too many wooden and wood material decorations. You notice the jars, the tables, the chairs, and even more, because wood that time consider some of their like lifestyle.
Yes.
And even we'll talk about something else. How can I describe it? You know, we'll talk about you know, the decoration of the jar. Even still today, the plates and the
Yes.
jars and the same material.
Yes, yes, indeed. You know, that's very amazing to say, because it's actually still preserved from that time until nowadays. It shows how it's very, let's say, difficult to actually maintain such materials, you know, because at the end you have so many circumstances could, let's say, lead to destroying and damaging such materials. But you could see actually how it actually developed from the time itself, the designs, how it's actually associated with different countries, how it's actually associated with the culture itself, and then of course presenting it to the audience and everyone to see. You know, it's a very beautiful place for you to go to explore and to enjoy learning more about it when it comes into that. You know, I would like to really add one of the most important things that's also presented in Tariq Rajab Museum, is that you could see actually some of the, you know, we have in Makkah Mukarrama, one of the, let's say, covers of Al-Kaaba is actually presented there. So one of the very old materials that was actually presented over there, some of the woods that was actually associated with Mecca is being there and presented through the certain time and era. So saying that, it's very let's say, it gives you chills and goosebumps when you see that.
And also it chill you sometimes.
Yes.
You will notice the Islamic culture and even Islamic art, because our Islamic art are rich with too many things. We talk about the architect, we'll talk about the decorations, we'll talk about the style, we'll talk about the clothes. So because when you see any center of itself, it talks about the history of the Islamic art. And also it's worth mentioning, we'll talk about long time ago, the entertainment tools, the instrument, the music instrument.
Yes.
You will see, like we call it the old oud and the other things, because that time it shows that Arabian Peninsula, it's rich with entertainments.
Yes.
You will see too many good singers, too many good like musicians, and even more. Until today, you will see that's something in our roots reflected today. When you go, you see folklores everywhere. You will see musics everywhere. That's why we are entering and we're booking the tickets. We are cutting the tickets. We are entering the halls and the auditorium, and you will see the Arabians, the style, music, the historical, the religioustic, and even the new entertainment.
Yes, indeed. You know, again, we're always saying that, but it's very important to say it because it's one of the most beautiful places where you can actually, let's say, enrich yourself when it comes into culture. If you're a person who would like to study something when it comes into comparing instrument at that time and nowadays, it is one of the places where you could take resource out of it. You know, talking about different kind of cultures, different kind of, let's say, updates that's happening. You know, when it comes into instruments, you will have different kind of instruments that is still within the same shape of the instrument itself. Some of them developed, some of them stopped being used in the region itself, relating it to different kind of countries. It's very beautiful to see that and to try to compare it and to see that actually this kind of let's say culture was presented at back of the days, and it's still there presented nowadays. So it's very beautiful to associate that, you know, and to relate it to our time and back then. Going there to the museum itself, it will make you live history. It will make you feel that you're actually somehow connected to that era, to the time. Seeing everything presented over there within the glass itself, you know, you could see yourself, you could see the reflection. If you're, let's say, a woman, you see the jewelry, it actually reflects you. It's like you can see yourself wearing it. Therefore, you know, these things belong to somebody at the past, and they just, let's say, passed away and left these over for us to learn, to educate ourselves more about it, and to feel how we're actually connected, though we're different from different cultures, different history regions, different areas, but again, we're all associated together.
All associated together, everything for one thing, just to show the history, because the history is important. Dear viewers, that was our first topic for today. We'll go to this tiny break. They will continue show around Kuwait. We'll talk about something different, which is about Buksha Market. Stay tuned.
The Buksha Market initiative in Kuwait has kicked off its third annual festival. This three-day event, held at the Al Sadaqa wa Al Salam Park in Shueikh, brings together over 130 small and medium-sized national youth projects. Visitors can explore these projects through three main areas: the market, tasting, and children's activities. Notably, all proceeds from the festival will be dedicated to humanitarian aid for Gaza, demonstrating the initiative's commitment to supporting those in need. This initiative is groundbreaking in Kuwait, being the first event to focus on and support national youth projects through a significant Kuwaiti festival. It runs as a season from October to March, with events at the end of each month, providing a platform for young entrepreneurs and project owners to showcase their creations and boost local businesses. The festival's unique emphasis on shopping and tasting not only fosters economic growth, but also offers a delightful experience for attendees. Amid the current global challenges, the Buksha Market initiative promotes a message of solidarity, highlighting the strength that comes from supporting one another. This year, due to the situation in Palestine, the event has excluded entertainment and singing, and has redirected its resources towards humanitarian aid. This decision reflects a deep understanding of current global issues and a strong commitment to making a positive impact. In summary, the Buksha Market Initiative's annual festival represents Kuwait's dedication to supporting local youth projects and its commitment to making a positive impact on the world through solidarity and social responsibility.
What a lovely day. What a lovely episode today. We started, I saw already the video of Buksha Market. It started in the word in Arabic, in Kuwaiti slogan, Hayakum Allah, means warm welcome. Yes. That's why, because it's in our tradition, we usually welcoming the people and we also represent it to the people. That's why we saw it Buksha. Buksha, it's a very old word representing something when we want to go from one place to another. And instead we have a plastic bag, we cover something in our head.
Yes, it's using more of a cloth all together, setting it all inside, and then just, let's say, close it all up and just move on with it. So talking about Buksha Market, it's one of the events that is very, let's say, reviving when it comes into, let's say, society itself. People would like to all go and gather, especially when we're talking about winter season, you know. The weather is becoming very beautiful. There are some rains in some areas at some certain time.
Cold breeze.
Yes, cold breeze. So therefore, it's one of the most important and beautiful things that we actually have here in Kuwait is to, let's say, have such market presented for everyone to go with their family, friends, to gather. It's more of a gathering place. It's not just a market, you know. There are events, activities, market for everyone.
And also, in addition, it's already holding in Friendship and Peace Park, which it will be in Shuwaykh area, following the capital governorate. It's a very lovely place, especially already my co-host, our co-host Hiba already mentioned about now, because in the evening time the weather becomes very beautiful, very nice, and it's also lovely with little bit cold breeze. So you will see like it's like too many, like more than 130 participation with different criteria. You will see like the good thing about the Buksha market, you will see different zones.
Yes.
You will go entering, you will see like a map, you will see like this is like we call it the entertainment zones for kids. That one, it's for the market. This one for the entrepreneurship, like the small entrepreneurs, the small business we can say.
Yes.
And the others for, like you say, like the food court for testing. You will see too many great new entrepreneurship, especially when it comes to the food. And the other for the gardens.
Yes.
The other for the activities for children.
Yes.
You will see like there is like a kids zone, and you will see like we call the kids participation booths. Like people will participate, different things will talks about the entertainment for kids. And all we call it the money, it's for charity for our people in Gaza.
Yes. Now this is very important, you know, because raising such awareness, especially when it comes into such event, in these circumstances is very important. Donating the money for such a great cause is very important. It's more of an initiative that you could encourage everyone, that you could actually participate in the case itself, whether by being part of Buksha market, being part of, let's say, people who are going to buy. In the end, you are helping to raise a cause. Therefore, it's very educative to present it in a way. And also at the same time, you know, as he's talking about the area itself, talking about how important it is to highlight certain areas and for certain different kind of age is very important, because in the end, everyone would like to come, enjoy their time and their evening, and of course explore everything when it comes into that. It's more of a way to encourage small business owners to increase their income, to be identified within the society and people itself, help them to actually reach to different kind of varieties of people from different kind of region, different kind of, let's say, age, in order for them to be exposed and explored to the audience. So it's one of the most important events that encourage small business owners to increase when it comes into their business, and of course to have a great opportunity.
And a good thing, it's in this lovely weather with wide green area.
Yes.
You will see like wide green in Friendship and Peace Park. The good thing, you will see different kind of plants, the desert plants, and also there is something else. We'll talk about the Buksha market itself. It's one of the first we call it exhibitions or markets or things that only focus about the Kuwaitis entrepreneurship.
Yes.
We are supporting the small businesses.
Yes.
We're supporting the youth with different criteria.
Yes.
When you are also interested in the books, you're interested in the small business, you're interested in entertainment, in the sport, and even you are starting we call it like, if you want to be like an ex-bartender, I would be like, we call it people who's interested in the coffees and beverages, and even a small restaurant. It's a good festival to gather all people together, different communities, just together enjoying their time. And it's worth mentioning, it's starting from October until next March, after National Liberation Day.
Yes, and you know, one of the most interesting thing, and I find it really difficult, is to enter the market of food, you know, because in the end, people have different kind of tastes, and it's very challenging to let people actually try to explore what you're presenting.
And social community.
Yes, especially when it comes into presenting food itself, because people are very critic when it comes into that. And you could see so many people are very talented, very amazing when it comes into presenting such criteria of, let's say, food itself, when it comes into certain, let's say, ways, whether it's jams, cheese, even when it comes into
I am craving now.
Yes, some certain, let's say, restaurants. Some of them, as you just said, would like to own a coffee shop. Therefore, they're becoming a barista, trying to present coffee in different kind of ways. Some of them also are trying to make it more of their own trademark when it comes to that. Therefore, it needs a lot of effort, a lot of encouragement when it comes into the audience themselves, grabbing their attention and trying and letting them to try and explore this kind of areas is very difficult, challenging, but in the same time we can see through the report itself lots of people are attending, lots of people are enjoying the time over there and exploring such
opportunities resulting great people. Yes. Great youth. Like we say, the initiative is the art of the way how you're dealing with people. We have to mention the volunteers.
Yes.
The volunteer groups, because when they have like high demand of visitors, it means there's like too many locations distributing with the volunteering. You will notice like it's not only the place and market for the entrepreneurship or like visitors, even it's the art how you interacting with the people. We have to mention the volunteers also, because the good thing when you do something not for taking for granted, yes, and you have the art of initiative, you have like you are guiding people how to go. Maybe I want to go from different zone, like just want to go to the kids zone, so I have to ask them. Maybe he will come to me, he will ask me, where do you want to go? Do you need any help? Do you need something? So with a big smile and beautiful and interacting with them, you will see like young youth, yes, old people interacting with you, different like volunteering group, different name, different logos, and they're wearing like certain vest representing the market. We are proud, Heba.
Yes, indeed, and especially as you just said and highlighted, having volunteers here in Kuwait, you know, we have our youth and they would like to work, and we're giving them opportunity to go and come and explore and present your, let's say, what you want, especially giving them a chance to work and be part of the society, encouraging youth themselves. You could work, you could be part of the society, you could help everyone, but at the same time we want also the visitors to always focus and remember that they are volunteers.
Yes.
Therefore you have to, let's say we don't want to say be crucial to them,
yes,
but
yes,
you know, always try to remember that they're young and they are there to try to help you out. Sometimes you'd ask a volunteer a question and then they wouldn't know where they are exactly, yes, because you know, interacting with people is very challenging, very difficult, but at the same time it's very important to give them a chance and let them explore and enjoy that kind of experience.
And also it's like not only about the entertainment, it's about people to people relationship.
Yes.
It's the goal about this kind of events to let the visitors to see the new Kuwaitis entrepreneurship and how they are opening to the market, and they are encouraging, we call it the national business, you
yes,
know, like we are encouraging the youth to supporting them. That's why, and vice versa, or on the other side, the participants, the Kuwaiti participants want to share with them what about they are doing now. So maybe they will be future big entrepreneurs, future big businessmen, future yes, big Kuwaiti companies. So we are encouraging the local companies to providing more. So people to people relationship, we are supporting the entrepreneurship and they are doing best for the visitors.
Yes, indeed.
So the interaction together, you will hearing their opinions,
yes,
for the visitor opinions, and even everyone is important. Like maybe you are participate with certain product and you're hearing some certain notice, certain opinions, you are asking them, so you'll do something better.
Yes.
That's the good thing when we talk about this kind of exhibition. It builds a bond, it builds a connection between the customer and the consumer, with the yes, businessman, with the participant.
Yes, indeed. And when you're talking about that, you know, in certain occasions, and especially as Buksha Market, it's not only for Kuwaiti, but it's also for people from the GCC country, you know. In such events and such market, you've seen so many people that could actually come visit Kuwait at winter time, and then they would like to explore the market itself, because again, we have lots of people who present clothes, and when it comes into clothes and fabric, a lot of people are consumers when it comes into such areas like wearing clothes, and especially when it comes into winter, everyone would like to have something new, something unique, and it's not really repetitive when it comes into different markets and different countries. Therefore, we would see people coming from Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Emirates, coming here in Kuwait and trying to always enter the market and buy these unique clothes for winter, for different kind of occasions. And let me tell you this, they always like to buy from here, they always like to explore, because they would say it's not something that we could actually see in our country. It's something very unique, very beautiful. At the same time, we're encouraging the GCC market itself. Like Kuwaiti women would actually travel to different kind of countries to buy, and vice versa when it comes into different kind of countries in GCC countries, they will come to Kuwait in such occasions and such events to actually explore the market itself.
And to interact with each one of another. We spoke about, now we'll talk about more about our children, the young generation. That's why we are teaching them like how to be like interacting with the society itself. This is the most important, to make them feel the responsibility.
Yes.
And the good thing, when you saw in the report already, the kids area, the kids zone, you will see they're coloring their faces, like they're painting in their faces, especially even in the evening time. People like to interact with the kids. So when we are teaching kids, even you will see like some sites, they are encouraging them, even when they are in the park, to read.
Yes.
You will see like too many bookstores.
Indeed.
Too many
indeed.
like people are selling the books and novels and even kids books to encourage them to paint, to write, to read.
Yes.
So it's a good opportunity to make people interacting with each other. You're seeing each other, and even we'll talk about the other thing, because it's have a certain message for our solidarity, to show the people we have to overcome our challenges, to have to be better, to have to take responsibility. We're teaching the new generation and to remind the old people and the adults how to always be feeling the responsibility.
Yes, indeed. And it's very beautiful to see that, especially with that, even when it comes into, let's say, people who are working in the market itself, you would see within the shop itself, they would have their children, whether it's a young boy or a young girl, trying to associate and be part of the market, you know, giving you the price, trying to tell you about the product. So you could see that kind of responsibility presented over there for the youth itself. But again, one of the beautiful places that you could actually go with your friends and family, as we just said, that it's starting in October and still ongoing until March. So hopefully everyone will enjoy going there and exploring it. And of course, when it comes into all of the events. With that, dear viewers, we're going to head to a break to see the upcoming report for our upcoming topics. So stay tuned with us.
A Kuwaiti publishing house, Tekween, recently organized a unique book sale exhibition with a dual purpose. By offering used books at nominal prices, they not only encourage reading, but also facilitate a charitable endeavor. The proceeds from the book sales were directed towards the Kuwait Red Crescent Society, contributing to humanitarian aid efforts in Palestine. This initiative underscores the publishing house's commitment to promoting literacy and fostering a culture of giving back to society. Making books more affordable and accessible is a powerful way to inspire reading, especially among those who may have limited access to books. Moreover, directing the funds to aid in Palestine demonstrates a commendable sense of social responsibility, showcasing the impact that businesses and individuals can have on the global community. The Tekween Publishing House exemplifies how businesses can be both successful and socially responsible. Their book sale exhibition serves as an inspiring model for other organizations, emphasizing that even small gestures can make a significant difference when driven by a genuine desire to contribute to the betterment of society. This initiative encourages unity and underscores the notion that we are all a part of a global community, capable of making a positive impact no matter how far from home.
Welcome back, dear viewers. As you just saw through the report that was presented to you, it's one of the most great initiatives that is actually presented for everyone to participate and to be part of such a great cause. Remember that buying a used book is actually presented as a donation for our brothers and sisters when it comes into Palestine itself. And this kind of organization, or let's say event, was actually held by the Kuwait Publish House itself, in order for everyone to try to come and purchase a book within a very reasonable price, a used book, let's say, and it's for a great cause. So it's very important to see the cause itself, and also to highlight that it's not just buying anything, it's buying a book, and we know that book is very valuable.
Valuable and precious and also important. Imagine if I took this book for a long time. I want to go to this exhibition to sell it for the charity, for our families in Gaza.
Yes.
We hope they will be like better, and they will
Yes.
be like we are wishing in the coming future, early future. You will see only two words in the news: free Palestine.
Yes,
Of
indeed.
Palestine already free, being freed.
Yes.
So we hope it, inshallah, in the future, upcoming future, we're hearing these two
Inshallah.
words, inshallah. We'll talk about now the book. Book, it's a good friend. We mentioned in the beginning of our episode today. Book is the
Yes.
good friend. You can use it anytime, certain locations, in any mood, available everywhere. That's why we'll talk about these kind of people available, selling the book affordable prices, so people can take it. Even they are selling in less prices, affordable. It's for the charity. I know maybe it's an important book to you, but we are greeting and we are appreciate the people who are selling these books just for the charity. I know some people, these books may be precious to them,
Indeed.
especially we call it the self-development books, or maybe novels, but for them, it's for the charity.
Yes, indeed. You know, one of the times that we've been associated with different kind of book clubs, one of the things that they actually did, they collected all of the readers' book, and then suddenly they told everyone that you're going to exchange your own book with someone else. And it was very challenging. We've seen so many people was really frightened, terrified, and annoyed by the idea itself. Like, this is my book. This is something really
Precious to me.
related to me, very precious. I created a bond when I was reading such book. I have some notes, written things, you know.
With a
I cannot,
marker.
yeah, I cannot give it easily to someone I don't really know. Therefore, having this cause and this raise is very important, you know, because to tell people how it's very important to explore such culture, to explore reading, to encourage actually people who doesn't like to read, you know. In such case, when you're saying to the audience, I have some, let's say, used books in a very good shape, I am selling them with a less price than they are usually sold, you're encouraging people who don't like to read to come and be part of such a great initiative.
Community.
Yes, but at the same time, you could encourage them to read, and you could, let's say, plant such things, such a very great deal. Because a lot of people in certain, like I've always seen this, Abdulaziz, and I think it's more of an experience, you know, like each person is going to read, like everyone is going to read, but it depends on when is the right time for you to read, you know? Like, is it going to be in an early age? Is it going to be in your mid-20s, mid-30s, mid-40s? You never know. But everyone eventually is going to have that kind of age, the kind of time. I'm going to grab a book. I'm going to read a book, whether it's a novel, whether it is more of a self, let's say, development book, and different kind of book itself. So it is a very beautiful case. At the same time, you're encouraging others to be part of such a great community.
Great community, great things, because we are learning from this kind of initiative, this kind of exhibition, two things. I am encouraging people, already mentioned, I'm encouraging people to read. Any person, they have to read. They should read and they will read. In the both sides, they have to read when they are in the kindergarten, KG,
Yes.
until after the college time. Because reading always improving us. Even I know, like, there is some people, they are not a big fan of reading, but usually they will gonna read something in the
Yes.
future. Maybe they will pick a quote from throwing social media if you want to post something. Or maybe you would read some of the newspaper, magazine, and they are hearing something in the radio, in the TV. So they are going to read. And the other side, we are teaching people how to share. Like you mentioned at the beginning, this is something precious to me. I don't want to afford it. But this kind of a humanitarian case, it teaches me, it gives me something like there is something important than reading, just keeping something. Is it for the humanity? That's why I am sharing something. It's very precious to me, to people, just as the case for the humanity. So it's like have a very good attention. It teaches us not only about the books, anything you have precious to you, at the end, humanitarian is in the top of the list all the time.
Yes, and it's very important to highlight that it is being presented through a very, let's say, great people who are participating in order for them to help people, talking about the Red Crescent itself, talking about Takwin itself and how it's very important to educate different kind of communities, and even when it comes into different kind of publish organizations to actually be part of such initiative, trying to encourage people to work more in such case, in such, let's say, a very important matter, raising awareness when it comes into, let's say, participating, having volunteering works, and also being part of the society in order for them to help different, let's say, people, and especially when we're talking about our brothers and sisters in Palestine itself. So it's very important to always educate ourselves when it comes into that matter. And at the same time, it's very beautiful to see such a great initiative being actually presented for that kind of case. And you know, reading is very important. It's a way for you to get educated. You know, having a book could be a very beautiful in order for you to have a friend. Lots of us would like to sit alone at home, don't know what to do, watching, let's say, maybe movies, series, and different kind of, let's say, things. But at the same time, if you read a book, you would, let's say, enrich your knowledge, have a great imagination, try to be more of a debating person, and know how to, let's say, criticize things from your own perspective, you know. Reading a book is more of a great weapon in order for you to educate yourself and have knowledge and have that kind of sense of maturity for you to speak out and to present your voice.
Presenting my voice, presenting my mindset, presenting everything. And that's why we always speak. It's very small, tiny things, but it gave a huge impact to the society.
Yes.
So that's why we're encouraging the people in the future to do the same in different categories, not only for the book exhibition, selling, for charity, for donating, even any certain things. We are teaching to do small things, small gesture to make a very big impact. And even we are very proud for the collaboration with the Kuwait Red Crescent Society, KRCS. They are always being in any situation what depends for the humanitarian, for aiding. That's why not only for the Takwin exhibition, you will see them everywhere. In case something for charity, they are always there. Something for helping the people, people to people relationship, people to people together, you will see their table is there. With the slogan, with the best, always around there. That's why this is we talk more about our episode. Today our episode full with different things. We spoke about the history, we spoke about markets and entrepreneurship, and at the end we ended with book sailing exhibition for donation.
Yes, and it's very beautiful to see such a great event happening here in Kuwait, you know, different kind of topic, different kind of headlines, but in the end we are having, let's say, people who are having awareness when it comes into spending their time, spending their effort, and of course when it comes also into donating. With that, dear viewers, we reach towards the end of our today's episode. Hopefully everyone enjoyed watching it.
And also we are enjoyed, and we have to share with them the locations. So if you want to go to Tariq Rajab Museum, just Google it, Tariq Rajab Museum in Arabic and English and any different languages. You will see the different locations that my colleague Hib already said to you, the different kind of locations. And be aware and stay tuned for the next Booksha market. It will be like every month, it will be like a certain locations, different parks, different open wide areas, especially in this good weather. And we'll talk more about the we call it a book exhibition for donation. For sure in the upcoming future there will be different kind of donations, and instead of books you will see different initiatives and different kind of activities also.
Yes, indeed. And with that, the viewers, we let you be.